Hello, it is Monday, and it's been a while since I've been here, but we do have a new solo event. So I thought, you know what, if I can manage to stay alive for about 15 minutes, maybe we'll be okay today. But anyway, as it is Monday, we have a new event to get on with as part of the Ancient event, which is Ancient Energy, which is a solo event that actually gives an okay amount of extra light stones, which of course we're going to be using for the dragon board. And so this is a regular solo event, and this is pretty much the only proper event going on this week, so you can just focus yourself on this solo event and not really have to worry about too much else. Of course, we've got light stones at every tier apart from 7, which can give you the vibrant dragon if you don't already have it. So first tier, of course, collecting gold, feeding dragons, and breeding hybrids. And of course, with the breeding hybrids, I do suggest that you do this alongside your dragon board event progress. So you know, if you're going to be breeding the war dragons, try and make them happen at the same time as the solo event stuff. But at the same time, you know, it's always going to be easier if you've got 2 breeding dens when the ancient event's on. But luckily there isn't too much breeding that you're going to have to do, only on a couple of tiers. So don't worry about it too much. But of course you can always breed fire and wind together as long as you're not breeding for leopard, and that is another thing that you can do. But as always with solo events, come back as soon as the refresh timers are done, and then keep going until you finish every tier. And of course the DML wiki, I'm sure, will update with the full timers for this. So we've got the event page here, just not fully updated, so make sure you keep checking that so you know what the timers are. But like I said, this week there isn't really a whole lot happening. If we take a look at the upcoming events, there's pretty much just a clan event, solo event, and bottomless dungeon with memorial in it. But the special dungeon week, which is going to have more of the ancient tickets, will be not this week, the one after. So that's probably going to be the one where everyone's going to start panicking and trying to get as many, you know, ancient tickets as they can. So that is essentially what is going on in DML for the most part. Of course, it's not really too much different from what we've already been doing, but it has been a while since I've been here. I was like, yeah, might as well just update you on where I am. You'll notice that with Dragon Board, I currently have 34,000 light stones, and that's because the actual rewards in the bingo have not actually been that great, and not something that I really want anyway. But now, with it being this week, we do have a new dragon that's available for anyone that wants him, Mr. Tundra Dragon. And he is a pieces dragon, so you'll need 80 pieces of him. And if you do manage to, you know, do bingos every day, you should be able to get him. We've got some light stones and we've got ancient tickets up for grabs. But there's no particular reason why I've been hoarding them, aside from the fact that none of the rewards have been particularly great. It is possible to finish off every single bingo at this point, just through like weekend events, and because we've already got Shadow Puff. But you know, if just in case I end up missing a reset or this or that, you know, this 30,000 is easily gonna ensure that I cannot possibly fail any single bingo that comes my way. I mean, technically it's possible, say if we just only rolled 6s and nothing else for the rest of this entire event, which is obviously quite unlikely. But then we wouldn't be able to finish off the bingos, of course, because we need different numbers. So that would be incredibly unlikely. But incredibly unlikely doesn't mean impossible. But yeah, I'll probably end up doing this bingo today because this one isn't too bad. You get some light stones back, you get some ancient tickets, and the ones that I mainly do are the light stone bingos because, you know, the more light stones we spend, the easier it's going to be to get Toucan. So that's going to be what I'm going to be doing. So yes, we do have Shadow Puff, we've got Amphibian now, we've got a couple of other new dragons. But, you know, apart from that, nothing else. I mean, it's been a long month already in terms of this ancient event because, you know, going into this, I know a lot of people were hoping that there were going to be a lot of improvements over the water ancient event, and honestly, that's another reason why I haven't really been here, along with just in general other reasons, but at the same time, this has been a huge disappointment of an event. Like, genuinely, this has been worse somehow than the Water Ancient event, which is saying a lot. I mean, the main thing that's really annoyed a lot of people is the fact that they've made Lusra nearly impossible, unless you, well, you have to spend, because on average it's coming out at about 2,000 tickets to get the legendary soft dragon out of chests. That's a few people putting their stats into a big calculator, and it's about 2,000-ish seems to be the numbers that we're getting out of them, or about 300-ish below that, so 1,700 to about 2,000-ish. And you can't get 2,000 tickets free to play, obviously. And even if you do spend money on tickets, there's no guarantee that you're going to end up getting, you know, soft in that amount of pieces. So even if you do spend money, you're sort of getting screwed over. I think that's the major problem with all of this. The fact that even if you are a paying player, you're still getting screwed over. Oh my goodness gracious me, can I just defeat this Orca? This is becoming a pain. What? Why is it healing for so much? No, it's not fair when he gets to do it. I get to do it, but he doesn't get to do it. There we go. Man. But that's probably the longest Sigil campaign map fight I've ever had. Apart from maybe a couple of the evasion ones, just because it seems to not ever want to go down, but at least we got rid of the Orca now. And, you know, it is the same as normal with the Sigil map. We are about to finish off this part of the Sigil map now, so we will be getting Porcupine very soon. But, you know, every single opponent we go against now is pretty much using a legendary Sigil. So far, it's still manageable because of Wonder Acceptance, and depending on the rarity of Purity Daredevil, you can still take on quite a few of these fights and finish them off. But as we keep going against harder and harder opponents, you will find that Wonder Acceptance is going to become better and better, because you can actually tank a hit from a legendary Sigil user. You're not going to be able to tank double legendary unless you've got really high tier sigils, like rare minimum. But so far, you know, this map has actually been quite easy compared to what I thought it was going to be. Because when we finished the last Sigil map, it was genuinely looking like, oh, the next map might actually be impossible. But no, it seems to have just sort of evened off now. And with Wonder Acceptance, it's really not been too much of a hassle. Of course, if you're not using Wonder Acceptance or Purity Daredevil, you're probably struggling quite a lot. And that's unfortunately the way that the cookie crumbles at the moment, because all the other sigils are nowhere near as good as these two sets. I guess at the moment it's sort of like pick your poison. What are you going to complain about? Are you going to complain about the Ancient event? Are you going to complain about the fact that we've only got 2 Sigil combos, really, that actually can be used on the current map? There's a lot of things that we could be complaining about. And I have to say, not complaining for like 2 weeks has actually been quite nice. But the next boss we're going to go against is River, who has legendary Chi, which is useless when it's on its own, unless it defeats one of my dragons, and then it will actually heal up. But, you know, it looks like we're going to face River here, and we're going to face River as the last boss battle as well. I'm not sure why that's like that, but that's how it's displaying anyway. Anyone remember the rat infestation? Boy, I still remember. But anyway, I suppose that we should actually unlock a special 7th task. At the same time, I don't know how often I'm going to be back still. It was just like, yeah, I should probably update everyone at the moment, just in case you were wondering. You know, I did give a couple of updates on the community tab. If I'm not uploading, usually I'll upload something there, just to update you on what's happening. But, I'm not dead. Not yet, anyway. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. We'll see. But let's get this bonus quest stuff done. I don't actually care about getting any chests, because these days the only chests that we care about on the dragon board are of course the ancient chests. Any other chests, like the blue chests or especially the yellow ones, we want to avoid, because yellows just give enchantment materials. And don't get me wrong, I like enchantment materials, but they're not actually going to help us in, you know, getting further on the milestone rewards. So that is where we're at. So what do we want? A 4 here. So we go 2 and then we go 4 and then we get our purple. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. So we got that. We'll claim that, get our arena gem, and use ancient tickets to open the rest of these. So we'll open 5 of these. Or 10. I didn't mean to click 10. I'm so used to clicking 10 that I do this every so often. It is a good idea to at least keep a few extra. Oh, Amelia Sean. Fine, we'll get a duplicate. We got 700 pieces of him. 700 pieces of Amelia Sean and 17 pieces of soft. Love it. But yeah, it's always a good idea to have extra tickets just in case you do get that that random 7th quest that has to open ancient tickets or use ancient tickets to open chests. But yeah, I don't know what else to do apart from get you to save up, because like this week we're going to be really low on tickets because we only have the solo event, and obviously we're not getting bonus tickets out of this. So the only way you're really going to be getting bonus tickets is through doing the bingo, and 15, that's 3 resets worth if you somehow get unlucky and get 3 resets worth of that quest. But our ratio for Solden pieces is shocking. I think we're at a ratio of 1.2 pieces of Solden, which I haven't seen anyone else as low as that. Do I care? No, I honestly don't care. I didn't expect anything out of this event anyway. Most people should be able to get Solden if they just log in for every single reset for this event, but I also can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to log in for every single reset past this point. So, even though you're guaranteed Solden after 270 chest opens, if you're going to rely on getting the pieces through not getting the guaranteed Solden after 270 chests, you're going to struggle. And that's essentially where we're at, but, you know, we got lots of bonus currency. We'll use it eventually. Just, you know, I'll get the bingo done later today probably, and at the same time I want to at least have a little bit of a stockpile. So if we don't have a stockpile, we're going to end up regretting it massively. So for now, I'm going to keep continuing on with this solo event. Of course, you can also speed through these if you use a few gems, but normally it's a better idea to just, you know, try and do it at your own pace, log in when the timers are done. Probably not worth spending gems on, like, what is this, 4, 5, 6, like 7 or 8,000 extra light stones. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but probably not something you want to be wasting valuable gemmies on, you know, when you've got, what, hatchery to upgrade, you've got portal upgrades, you know, you've got a lot of good stuff that you can take advantage of. And also don't forget that it is Gobbler week, so Eel plus Cyborg are the dragons for the Dragon of the Week if you want that. And aside from that, not really much else is happening apart from Clan Event, which I have been ignoring a little bit. Whoops. But anyway, for now, I guess all that I can really do is wish you the best of luck with all of your chest openings and things like that. And if you're going for Toucan, I hope that you get him soon. It shouldn't be too long before most of us start getting up to like the 140,000-ish mark. I'm sure people that have logged in for every single reset will be a little bit higher than that, but, you know, all that I really care about this event is Toucan. We get him, I end up being happy. So, yeah, for now, like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to be back to normal uploads soon. Probably not, but it's in the works, TM. But yes, I'm not dead for now, so at least you can know that. But anyway, I do appreciate you being here, and I know that a lot of you are frustrated. I've been seeing all of the complaints on the forums about the soft pieces and the fact that this event was supposed to be an improvement, but it's actually worse than the old one somehow in a lot of ways. I know. I could go on for hours and hours. We already know all these things. We've reported them and complained millions of times. And when I'm in better health, I will probably go ahead and rant about this terrible, awful ancient event all over again. Just like we have for every single previous one. What is the definition of insanity again? Anyway, now, thank you for joining me, and I do hope to see you again soon.